the conversation in the Eastern Cape is really centered on cannabis and hemp and how it can become a pivotal economic driver for the Eastern Cape. It's been an ongoing conversation a year back when the government invested 4 million rand into what is going to diversify the use of hemp in the Eastern Cape, where we are as a company called Medigrow. And what's been beautiful about the story is that farmers in the Eastern Cape have now got a chance to grow hemp in their gardens or in their farm fields, take them to the machines here, which are the value of 30 million rand, and from these machines diversify their produce, and then even more importantly allow their exports or what they grow to go to the international markets. But the man behind that is Mr. Edgar Adams, who is the CEO of Medigrow, and talk to us exactly about the importance of cannabis and hemp and why there's been such a staunch emphasis on it being a key economic driver for the Eastern Cape. Mr. Adams, let's first talk about the importance of cannabis and hemp, especially someone who's in the industry, and what role it can really play when the proper parties come together and make it possibly a huge economic driver for the Eastern Cape.
Roger, thank you very much for this interview. It's important to note that it's a game changer for this industry. It's one of the biggest job creators we can find. We have cannabis on the one side that doesn't create so many jobs. It's a massive input in terms of capital. Not everybody can afford it. But in the hemp sector, it's totally different. For every land piece of hectares that we basically develop out there, there's 4 new jobs. Currently, we sign up with 26 farmers in the Eastern Cape, developing 114 hectares, and 420 people have now starting new jobs. So that is what we're after. We're after creating jobs. Medigrow is not a company that basically work in the agriculture sector, but we're a conduit to the international market. Therefore, we're giving opportunity to these farmers to grow product for us.
Mr. Edgar, earlier on when we spoke, you said that the 3 pillars of the Eastern Cape that could become economic drivers is the automotive industry, the agriculture industry, and you said that the automotive industry is already established, and now we need to get the agriculture sector properly growing, beyond just the talk of we're creating jobs, 4 or 5 jobs, but substantial growth. And you're saying that agriculture has got the potential to create that. What would you say are the challenges that are hindering agriculture being such an economic driver, a huge one, within the landscape of Eastern Cape?
With any particular industry or sector or startup, finance is the problem, right? In this particular case, there's too many people that's stepping forward to saying that we can help. And there's the government agency that got funds. So what we saw in this potential is that when hemp was with the Department of Health, there wasn't funding available for farmers. But the moment we moved to agriculture, there's vast amount of money that's been available to farmers since 1995. But how do they access their funding? They access the funding is to submit a business plan. Do they have the potential? In most cases, the farmers don't. So what we've done, we wrote in conjunction with the Department of Rural Development, our outgrowers model. That's been accepted by the Eastern Cape government and accepted by the farmers. We assisted the farmers to formulate themselves into a group which is called the Eastern Cape Hemp Producers Association, led by a lady called Tami. And those 3 partnerships with ourselves, we basically put the model forward. The government came forward, they fund 114 hectares of land, right? Then now the next target is 1,000 for this year, which means it's 4,000 new jobs. The overall plan is 10,000 by the 5th year, 40,000 new jobs. So in terms of that, where's the hindrance? The hindrance is still money, but we're helping them to access the funds. When we saw that we have a challenge in terms of farmers getting money, we approached through one of the entities, the AgriSETA. AgriSETA came to the table within 2 months with 5.6 million rand. More than 100 farmers will be trained over the next 6 months. So we're accessing that, and we're accessing funding, helping them accessing funding from Department of Small Business, Department of Unemployment, and these are the agencies that is there. So government has created this field a long time ago. We saw the opportunity to access this field together with the farmers.
Then lastly, with the President's address tonight, I know that last year he did speak about cannabis within his speech. What are you hoping he says this year to assure that this sector can really grow and give you an assurance of that?
There's still a lot to be done, right? I know that our Rastafarian friends is upset, so they need to address those issues. I know the fact is that there's Section 21 companies operating there, which we know is illegal. You need to address those issues. We know that we have also what they call it, the restaurants that is operating. The President need to address issues. These are all within confinements that we can control in this country. And then the biggest issue that we need to assist in getting forward is the birthplace of cannabis, which is Pondoland, right? That's the reason why we're here in the Eastern Cape. We're here to work together with Pondoland to develop their landlays. We should not touch this landlays and mix it up with what we bring in from hemp. So the President has been mentioning over and over the potential of Pondoland. The Premier says that, and with government agencies working together with people like ourselves, and there's many grows out there, I think we can get this thing done. This is just the start. You must understand that this law was passed a few years ago. We moved into the Eastern Cape a year ago. We made massive strides. And with the relationship we have with our ministry over there, I can say if we can have the same relationship with other provinces, the premiers and the Minister of Economic Affairs, we can duplicate this model.
Thank you so much. That was CEO of Medigrow, Mr. Edgar Adams, speaking about the huge potential that hemp has in terms of growing the economy of the Eastern Cape.